Hi guys, welcome back. If you've been watching my channel, you'll know that a few weeks ago I brought a brand new PCPA rifle, a BSA Scorpion in 2.2. As I used to have one many years ago and I sold it and I regretted that, so I decided to buy a new one. Okay. Now, I've put about 700 pellets through the rifle, so I believe that I've finally broken the rifle in to give it a fair test. So what I want to do today is I want to see how well this rifle groups with different brands of pellets at 20 yards. Now I know 20 yards is not a massive distance, but because of lockdown I can't get out any further than that. Okay, so that's why I'm shooting at 20 yards, but hopefully this test will be able to tell me which pellet groups the best out of my rifle, so I can try that at further distances at a later date when lockdown is over with, which hopefully won't be too long. Okay, so the system I'm going to use today is pretty much the same as what I've used before. I've got my target with my 5 individual targets on there, and I'm using the splatter targets to see where the fullest shot is. Okay, each splatter target is an inch in diameter, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 5 groups of 5 rounds, so in total 25 pellets for each type of pellet. And then once I've done that, we'll come back inside, have a quick discussion about it, and we will hopefully see what pellet group's best in this rifle. Okay, what I am going to do is, because I do want to try and keep this video quite short to a degree, is once I've done all the shooting, we'll come inside, we'll have a quick discussion about it, and then afterwards, individually by photo, I'll put each target up and I will put basically the worst group, the average group, and the best group on that card with that particular pellet. Okay, you'll be able to see what pellet I'm shooting at on the video, as when each pellet that I'm going to shoot, I'm going to put a little text on there so it tells you what pellet we're shooting. Okay, so need my brew. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in a minute. Sorry guys, so come back inside after doing the grouping testing, and just want to quickly show you the cards. But before I show you them, I just want to quickly state something because I didn't mention it earlier. I was shooting on a bench and I was using a bipod and using a 4-16 x 50 Hawk scope. Okay, I just want to quickly show you the cards now. I am actually going to measure these up and then put an individual photo afterwards with the best group, the worst group, and the average of the groups. Okay, but just have a quick look at them now. So these are your H&M field target trophies. Okay, done pretty good, I think, for 20 yards. Got your Web Lapel. These are pretty much the same as your H&M field target trophy pellets, apart from they've apparently got Napier gun oil on them. That pellet there was a flyer. Okay, so please discount that pellet. Okay. Got your JSBs. Okay, I think by just looking at it at the moment is that the actual field target trophies are a little bit better in this barrel, but I need to measure that up to actually find out. Okay, so we're moving on to the budget, to the medium budget pellets now, which are your Crossmans. Okay, did pretty well. My previous BSA Scorpion I had like these as well. H&N Hammer, another fairly medium budget pellet. I mean, these ain't too bad for the price. They're about £5 for 250. They're a nice pellet. These are probably going to be my standard like plinker pellet that I'm going to use in the back garden and stuff like that. Okay, and another pellet as well, but I'll come on to that in a minute. Got your H&M Barracudas, they've done fairly well. You got your Bisley Mags, which are pretty much, look to me like they're exactly the same as the H&M Barracudas, just branded differently. The same with the Field Target Trophies and the Webley Lapel FTs. And then we got these ones, and I'll tell you what, these pellets are the ones that I'm most impressed with, and I'll tell you why. Because for 500, these cost around about £6, £5 to £6. And everyone knows that the old SNK pellets were really bad quality pellets, right? But they've done a redesign, and I think the redesign has worked really well from what they've done. Because as you can see here, the groupings are pretty good for a budget pellet. I mean, they're keeping up with the other ones. I can't see by just looking at it with the eye that these are any worse than the high-end pellets. So I'm really impressed with these. And if you watch my previous videos, you will see these grouped very well in my Crow MPO2 as well. So it's not just with my BSA Scorpion these group well in, these group well in my Crow MPO2. So I really do think that they've upped their game with these pellets, and I'm really impressed. These are the pellets I'm most impressed with out of all the pellets I've shot. Just because I expected them to do bad, and they've actually done quite well. I don't think you can argue for the price that these pellets cost, that these are shooting extremely well out of my rifles. I don't know if they'll shoot well out of your rifles, but out of my rifles, they are shooting quite well. And like the H&N hammers, these are going to be my go-to clinking back iron pellet from now on, I think. Then we got our SNK flat flats. They did okay. They didn't do massively well, but they didn't do massively bad either. They've done okay. You know, personally, I think these are a little bit more expensive than the Spitfires. So I'd probably carry on using the Spitfires over these, to be honest with you, because I do. You can see there the Spitfires have actually grouped better than these. Okay, and then here we go. We've got our Marksman pellets. Yeah, these don't group very well. We can see that, but you know, for the price that they cost, I don't think anybody really would expect them to group any better than that. You know, this is kind of what I was expecting the Spitfires to group like, but as you can see, no, that's not the case. So these are, you can blatantly see these are the worst grouping pellets, and that's what I expected. The cheapest pellet is the worst grouping pellet. So there you go. You know. But yeah, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to measure these up off camera, and then I'm going to put a picture of each individual card up there with the measurements of the best group, average of the groups, and the worst group of each pellet on the cards. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you've taken something from this video. And have a great day, and see you soon.